Today I want to talk about how Brianna Chickenfry and Zach Bryan's tumultuous marriage is the perfect example of emotional abuse that happens behind closed doors while the couple is appearingly perfectly happy from the outside. By the way, my name is Anna and I post videos on emotional, domestic, and sexual abuse, so give me a follow if you feel like that will resonate with you. Before I proceed, I do want to say all things on here are alleged, as well as if you come here to play devil's advocate or victim blame, then you will be removed promptly with no warning. Alright, let's go. Why is it always the least attractive men that hurt the prettiest girls the most? Actually, I do have the answer to that. They love breaking us down. It's an ego boost to them. Here are some specific examples of emotional abuse tied to a relationship, as well as things Brianna has said. Gaslighting. So in Brianna's public statements, she mentioned how oftentimes she would communicate that she felt like her feelings were being dismissed. And Zach would allegedly tell her that she was being too dramatic or that she was overthinking things. This is a perfect example of gaslighting. 2. Silent treatment and withholding affection. Brianna has alluded to moments where Zach would emotionally shut down or withdraw from the conversation entirely, leaving her to feel unsure of where she stood in the relationship while they were having a disagreement. This is a perfect example of silent treatment and withholding, and it's definitely a form of manipulation. If you've been through this, you know exactly how it feels. It's incredibly isolating, it's incredibly disrespectful, and they'll try to write it off as I have an attachment style that makes me just want to take some time to myself, which is valid in some ways, but if this happens every single time during a disagreement, at that point, that's avoiding accountability, and that is silent treatment, and that is manipulation, period. 3. Public versus private appearance and behavior. Brianna mentioned that while Zach presented their relationship as practically perfect in public, privately, he was very cold to her and often unkind, which created a very confused feeling for her in the relationship. And this is very common with emotional abusers. 4. Blame shifting. When confronted about his actions and how he spoke to her privately when he was angry and disrespectful and talked down to her, Brianna said that Zach would come back as, well, you make me angry. You make me angry. That's why I act angry towards you. You make me angry. Your partner upsetting you is not an excuse to be disrespectful to them, period. Go deal with that in private. Go write it down in a journal. Go see a therapist or leave your partner, but don't be disrespectful to your partner, period. And of course, he pulled the classic emotional abuser move, which is isolation. Zach encouraged her to not have relationships with her friends and family. And sometimes this can look something more like, I don't know why you hang out with her so much. It's not always like, don't go hang out with her. You know what I mean? Brianna shared that she felt emotionally distanced from her friends and family, which made her feel like she had to prioritize Zach's needs over her own. Isolation can make the victim feel emotionally dependent on the abuser, therefore reducing support from outside systems, therefore making the abuser have more control over the victim. Comment if you want a part 2 on the analysis of the emotional abuse in the relationship between Brianna Chickenfry and Zach Bryan. Also, give me a follow if you are into content surrounding DVSA or emotional abuse. Thanks for watching.